If you're a contractor heading into your 2026 insurance renewal, I want to start with some good news. Well run construction businesses, this is not a blow up year. Good accounts should be seeing single digit increases and in some cases, flat renewals. And this is the important part, not every line of coverage is behaving the same way. And not every insurance company defines risk the same way. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through what I'm seeing for property, liability, auto, workers' comp, umbrella, and cyber insurance. And more importantly, what you can do right now to put yourself in the best possible position with underwriting. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm showing my notes with you that breaks this down line by line, but I'm also going to talk you through all of this. For most of my construction risks, they don't tend to be very heavy on property, meaning they don't tend to own a whole lot of buildings. You may, but maybe you do it in some type of real estate company that you do. If you do have some type of office structure, know that the property insurance marketplace should be leveling off. It was kind of tough there after COVID because construction costs spiked dramatically. Nobody knows this better than you. Material costs went up, labor went up. It just got more expensive to build a building, which means property insurance got more expensive because they had to insure the buildings for more. We're finally starting to get our hands around that in the insurance industry. Inflation is cooling down, which means property insurance rates are starting to settle down a bit. Now, for you, you pay more for liability, auto, and workers' compensation insurance. On liability insurance, it's going to vary a lot based on the type of work that you're doing. Higher risk construction work is going to get higher rates at renewal. And here's the reason for this. There's there's an increase in large lawsuits in America, and one of the types of lawsuits that end up large have to do with product or construction work. So if you're doing work that the insurance company deems to be especially risky, they're going to ask for more money from you on the liability insurance renewal. But the tricky thing here is every company is going to have a little bit definition of what is high risk work. One company may say, we really don't like residential plumbing. We need to charge 15% more here. Where another company is going to say, we like residential plumbers, give us more. So there's going to be a lot of variety there. But if you're a residential home builder or something that is prone to a lot of lawsuits, you may see some significant renewal increases here on your liability insurance. On your auto insurance, you should probably be expecting 8 to 15%. And the reasons for that is that insurance companies haven't made money on commercial auto insurance for 13 years. Basically, since the iPhone came out, it's been getting worse and worse and worse for the insurance industry. Now, there are some things that you can do to put yourself in the best position for your renewal. One, run MVRs and make sure you're selecting good drivers to drive your vehicles. Bad drivers have accidents. Good drivers don't. Consider it an important part of the job description. If they're going to drive one of your trucks, make sure that they're a good driver. It's harder and harder because there's less and less people in the workforce. Everybody's having a shortage. I get it. And young drivers, you get dinged for them. They're also much more likely to have an accident. And so when you're putting people in a truck, make sure, if you can, have some type of driver training program. But definitely, if it's available to you, use telematics. Those are units you can put in your car to monitor how quickly a car accelerates, how hard they hit the brakes, how many left turns are they doing? Are they going places they shouldn't? If you can manage people's behavior to minimize the number of claims in your operation, one, nobody likes claims. Nobody likes it when a truck goes into the shop for 3 weeks. So let's just do what we can to protect it to prevent that. But on top of that, accounts with less claims get better rates. Everybody knows that, but we just have to manage the things within our business that result in lower claims. Also, if an underwriter is trying to differentiate between one account with no claims and another account with no claims, the one that has a great driver selection program, driver training program, and uses telematics in their operations, they're going to get special consideration versus this one, no doubt. On workers' compensation insurance, if you've had no claims, should be flat. This is the one line of coverage where the industry has made a lot of money. So your rates should not be going, if you haven't had claims, your rates shouldn't be going up dramatically. Now, that said, still be ready to show an employee safety manual or return to work program. This can help a lot with underwriting. Basically, companies want to see that you have a plan to help make sure people don't get hurt. And then if they do get hurt, how do you get them back on the job site as quickly as possible? Because that's what keeps claim costs down. If you got a plan to help them keep their claim costs down, they'll do what they can to keep insurance costs down. That's the quid pro quo. Now, for umbrellas, this is going to be a tough line of coverage, especially if you do risky work. Getting back to what are some of the things going on in America? There's more lawsuits. There's companies investing in lawsuits the same way you and I might invest in the stock market. Juries don't like insurance companies. Nobody likes insurance companies, but juries definitely don't. And so there's more cases going. There's more lawsuits going to court, and those lawsuits are settling at larger and larger numbers, which means insurance companies want to offer less umbrella coverage. They want to offer less insurance. And frankly, they're being told to do that by their reinsurance companies. So for a lot of organizations that have less than $10 million, this may or may not be an issue. But if you've got more than $10 million umbrella, you might get capped. Also, you might have an insurance company that says, we don't want to offer you 10 anymore. We only want to offer 5. It's going to be a capacity issue. And lastly, cyber insurance. You may or may not have a policy in place. Honestly, the biggest thing for you to be aware of is how threat actors are trying to attack you. They're doing a couple things. One, they're sending more and more phishing emails. They all kind of have the same flavor, right? It's, hey, it's your boss saying you need to wire money someplace. It's an employee saying I need to change the bank account number. It is a vendor saying I need to change the routing number. It is the utility company saying I'm going to shut off the power if you don't pay it. All these things. We're getting more and more attacks like this. You need to make sure that you and your employees know what they look like so you don't fall for it. And also have a way that you are going to verify where you wire money. That's one of the number one ways threat actors are trying to steal money is they come to you, they say, I need to change my bank account number. Don't fall for it. If you have a cyber insurance policy, costs should be flat. So if you are managing your renewal, try and get a sense on how your insurance company feels about your type of work and whether or not they feel it's risky. That's going to impact your renewal a lot. Make sure you have fleet safety program in place, an employee safety program in place, and get out in front of it 90 days in advance. Try and use your workers' compensation insurance as leverage to keep the liability and auto insurance rates down. That, I think, is the game plan. Bundling and using the line of coverage that insurance companies really love right now to get them to offer a better deal on the liability and auto insurance. If you have more questions about any of these lines of coverage, I made videos for each of them. Check them out for liability, auto, work comp, umbrella, and cyber. If you have questions about your renewal, you can either drop a comment in the video or you can reach out to me. My contact information is in the description. It's also in the channel. If this is helpful, please hit like and subscribe. It helps other people like you find the content. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please go build something